Hey girl, welcome to the Get Your Guy Coaching podcast. My name is Anwar White, but you can just call me your own personal dating and relationship coach. Each week, you'll hear actionable advice, tips, and strategies that you can implement in your own love life. I'm talking about healing your heart, dating effectively, and understanding men so that you can, you guessed it, get your guy. Are you ready to level up your love life? All right, let's go.
I never felt the way I do about anyone but you.
Hey girl, welcome to the Get Your Guy Coaching podcast. So I have a little bit of a special, different, and unique episode today because here's the thing, girl, I wasn't always a dating coach. I was out here in these streets just like y'all, doing what I can for God and my country, as my mother would say. And so this is a small clip of what I shared in terms of what I used to do when I was dating. Now, I have to warn you, there was a little bit of dark feminine energy there. Honey, I was giving Glinda and I was giving Alphaba at the same time. I was giving I'm Every Woman. So I'm sharing with you what I used to do on a date 1, a date 2, a date 3 to figure out if a guy was serious about me and how to move him to basically propose to me, because I think I've had 3 proposals in Germany, 2 proposals in Italy, 2 proposals in the US, 1 proposal in Canada. So, honey, I know how to get proposed to. And to be honest with you, you'll have a really good understanding of that within the first 4 dates. And so this is what I used to do I feel a little bit of shame in saying this, but get men to fall in love with me. I hope this helps. Chrissy said, what about German men for Black women? So I lived in Germany for a year and a half. I was proposed to 3 times. German men love Black women and men. Some of the girls are gagging when they said that I was proposed to 3 times. Why are you gagging so? It is actually not that complicated to have men fall in love with you. So here's what I would say. I've gained a lot of knowledge when it comes to dating. And when you're younger, like some of these other internet dating coaches out here, you may use those powers for not so good. So when I was in Germany, I was in my dark feminine era, making men fall in love with me. Yeah, but I don't do that anymore. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl now. Girl, I'm the good witch. I love this. The girls were saying how many times that they've been proposed to as well. Yeah, that happens a lot. Someone said, teach us your ways and magic. Okay, let me see. And I don't usually do this, ladies. Let me cross my legs. Yes, honey, I was in my Galinda era. So what do you do? Let me think. What questions do you have around maybe having a guy fall in love with you? Maybe if I have like specific questions, it'll help me answer the questions. Okay. Dark feminine tricks, dark tactics. Let's say that you meet someone and you always want them to feel like you're walking away from them, not running away. Because if you run away from a guy, like figuratively, literally, they'll let you go. But if you're walking away, they'll want to know, hey, why are you walking away? So when you're doing this, what does this mean? It means, so this is what I was doing when I was younger, okay? So let's say he calls you. So I would just talk to him for like 5 minutes and then be like, oh, I gotta go. And then I would just go. And then I would say something like, oh, call me tomorrow. I'll be more available then. And then and then I literally do that almost every day. So now he's calling me every day. Okay? And usually at like the 3-day mark, I'd be like a little bit bratty. Okay? Oh my gosh, you're calling me all the time, but you haven't even asked me out yet. I'm starting to question whether you like me or not. I was a brat, girl. I was a brat. So then they would take me out. They would take me out twice a week, right? So it really does work. But again, this is not what I do now. This is not what I teach my clients now. I'm just sharing this with you because you all asked me, what did I do to get these guys to fall in love with me, right? So I would always be on the phone, and then if they didn't ask me out within 3 days, I'd be like, I guess you don't like me, and I really just like guys that like me. And then they would say, no, I really do. That's why I'm calling you so much. I said, oh, okay, right. And then they would ask me out, and then I would, and then they know, oh my God, I can't be with Anwar unless I'm taking him out at least every 3 days. So that would be a guy that was taking me out at least twice a week. And then when we would go out, right, what I would do is, oh my God, this is so bad, y'all. I would, let's say we would go out to dinner. I would eat like half of my food, and then I would take a to-go box, and then I would give it to somebody that was homeless on the street so that they thought that I was Mother Teresa. Because when I was showing that generosity to that person, then they would take it as, ooh, Anwar's gonna be very generous to me as well. Don't do as I say. Don't do as I did. 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 Girl, don't do as I did. Don't do as I did. Now he's like, this motherfucker, right? Gagged him, girl, gagged him. Yes, honey. So then I would do that. So that was like my go-to for the first date, yeah? Someone said, is this in your book? No, bitch, because I want y'all to date the right way. Don't do as I did, girl. Right. When you're giving to the homeless girl, it's like, oh, this bitch volunteers, right? Oh, she's gonna be head of PTA. Oh, she's a wife. She's not just some rando girl, right? So that's what I did. So that's like a date 1 sitch. Okay, so the date 2. Yes, girl, humanitarian tea. Humanitarian tea is real. Okay. But here's the gag, ladies. All of the relationship gurus are master manipulators. I've turned the corner, but a lot of them still are doing that. Someone said, was this in Germany? Yes. This was everywhere. Girl, everywhere I did this. It works like a charm. Okay, so after that, he's like, oh my God, after that date, it's like amazing. And he's calling, and then he's like, I gotta take this person out again. And then for the second date, I always tell him I want to do something fun. Okay? So, oh my God, the girl said, you got the karma point stacked. Yes, girl. I mean, it was a win-win, right? Someone got to eat, and then I ate. So second date, I always said, okay, I want to do something fun, right? So it was always like something that was a little bit competitive, right? Because men like to compete. It's going to increase their testosterone. And so we always did something competitive, whether it was like bowling or like pep golf or something like that. And then, so in that competitive, it would like raise that testosterone, right? And then when the testosterone is like risen, these men are gonna like you more, right? So I always wanted to do a fun activity date. And then I always used to, I was very competitive. I used to play sports. I was like captain of my tennis and basketball team. I'm 6'2". Y'all don't know that because you always see me sitting down, but I get Model T, okay? Like slick, slender. So then I would be talking my shit, right? Someone asked, did you let them win? I would win at the very beginning, and then at the end I would let them win. Ego T. You gotta know a man's ego, okay? So I would always beat them. I would always talk so much shit. These men have to know that you can talk shit to them. They will respect you more when you're talking shit to them. Okay? So I would talk mad shit. Oh my God, you're not even good at this. Why are we even here? Like, I could have just done this by myself. Like, you're gonna have to step it up. And then at the end, I would let him win. Right? So, first date, I established that I was Mother motherfucking Teresa. The second date, I established that I'm Serena Williams. Like, literally what I'm telling you right now is that you have to let them know that, what did Whitney and Shaka say? You're every woman. It's all in you. Okay? So then I was giving Simone Biles and Serena Williams on the second date. Okay? So that was the second date. So that was always fun. Generally, on the second date, that's when we would really make out. We would make out. Right? The first date, if I didn't really care, so I was a kissing hoe when I was in the club. So when I was dating, I wouldn't kiss on the first date, but I would definitely kiss on the second date. Okay? Because between the second and third date, guys want to know, do you still like me? Even though they might like you, they still got to know. Okay? So that's what I do on the second date. Okay. So now, girl, he doesn't know what has hit him. I've given him 2 women, someone say on the lips, on the face. Girl, lip tea. What am I gonna do? Kiss him on the forehead, girl? Kiss him goodnight as if he was my 6-year-old child? Never that. Yeah? Okay. Girl, what do you mean kiss on the lips? I don't even kiss on the lips. I kiss on the tongue. Honey, I kiss on the tonsils. Lip. Girl, do I look like I'm French? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Not that. Honey, he needs to know that I know what I'm doing. This is actually very important, ladies, and let me tell you why. Because now his mind is going crazy. Now, when I made out with him on the end of the second date, and this is all strategic, girl. Again, I'm not that girl anymore. I was. This is why I know so much, girl. Because I know what's going to make the boys twerk. So, first date, I've given Mother Teresa. Second date, I've given Serena Williams. Third date, I've given him Video Vixen. His mind is going crazy now. If he can do this with my mouth, what can he do with my pipe? What can he do with my ... Yeah? So I've already given him 3 women and we've only seen each other twice. Yeah? Okay. So that's date 2. And then I'm only gonna go to date 3. And then we're gonna keep it going. Because these lives are not about me. These lives really should be about you. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so the gag. This is my gag. This is my gag when I kiss. So, okay, so we'd be making out. And then, you know how sometimes, so you're kissing and then you like take a breath and like, you're maybe talking a little bit. You're kissing and then you take a breath. So when we would stop kissing, what I would do was, then I would just do a small little peck on his nose. Girl. You gotta make sure that when you're not kissing, you're gagging him. So you're making out. And then when you step away and you just do a little peck on his nose, bitch, he don't know what's hit him. Do you hear me? Now, another thing that you can do, and this is for the girls that, don't have a lot of experience. I'm just trying to give you some tea, right? Yeah, girl, he'll be on his knees when you do that. The other thing that you can do is, so you're making out. And then, like, during the makeout, you might, like, put your head on his shoulder, right? And when you're doing that, give him a little bite on his ear. Like that. Not for a long time, girl, because you're not hungry. Just like 1 or 2 times to let him know, bitch, I'm here. Yes, girl. Celeste got it right. Nibble tea, girl. Nibble. Men and their ears, it's basically, their ears are like the underbelly of their D. There's a little cross on the underbelly of their D. That is the most sensitive part. Same here. Here, but also right here on the thing. Right there on the back. That's when you're letting them know, mofo, I'm going to put it on you. If I decide to. Now, he's right here. He's right here. He's in the palm of your hands. Do you hear me? Yeah, heavy on if I decide. Now it's your world and he's just a squirrel, right? What if they done wash behind their ears? What if they don't? I don't care. I'm still nibbling. Because you want him to know that you get down and dirty. What did Christina Aguilera say? Okay, so we've done day 2. Now he's like, mine is blown, bitch. Mine is completely blown, okay? So now he's blowing you up, bitch. Because now there's this like passive active pressure, like day 3, we're gonna sleep together. Never sleep with him. Never sleep with him until you're in an exclusive relationship, okay? Never sleep with him. Always have him gagging and begging for more, yeah? So he's blowing up your phone. He's texting you all the time. He's like, he wants it. He's dying for you. And so that's when you're like, oh my God, I really feel like going to a really fancy restaurant and getting, dressed up. So this is where you like want him to really pull out all the stops, right? Some will do this, some won't. Okay? This is important. This is important. Because there have been many men that have said, no, let's just, do something really chill. Those guys are not going to marry you. The guys that are like, sure, let's go to Nobu. Let's go to da-da-da-da-da. That's what we're doing. So then we go to dinner date 3. And then, so that's why like in my videos, I always say, and this is what I used to do for date 3, because when I tell you, honey, there's strategy to this. Right? There's a reason why so many of my women get into relationships, because we do a little bit of this, but we do it in a more natural way. Okay? Okay, so in my date 3, I would always bring a gift. Always bring a gift. Because he's paid for, the first date was $100. The second date was $100, $150. Date 3, I would always bring a really thoughtful gift, right? Always, 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 always. So let's say he is, traveling in the next month. I might get him some really cute travel tags that have like maybe The Simpsons on the back or something like that, because The Simpsons is his favorite cartoon. Okay? Or this is where like your listening to has to come into play here, right? Or let's say that he is like gonna do a marathon, and so like I get him a really cool water bottle that keeps the water freezing cold for 72 hours or something like that. Something that will be useful for him that he won't get for himself. Yeah. So then, in the date 3, I would always have the men pick me up. Always. And then when they pick me up, they would drive me to the dinner. And then before we got out of the car, always, that's when you give him the gift. Hey, I just wanted to share with you this thing that I saw and I thought of you immediately. Here you go. And then some of them will be like, depending on the culture that you're dating, he'll put it away. Be like, no, open it now, open it now. Right? So then he opens it now, and he's shocked. These men never get gifts. So they're going to be shocked. They're going to be gagged, gooped. And now, when I give that gift, now he's thinking, because in the date 1 and 2, I was giving, he can be my girl, like he can be my man, right? He can be my person. When I give that gift, that's when I got into marriage and engagement territory. Because what y'all don't know is that those decisions happen quite quickly. A man knows. Yeah? So I got him the gift. He's like, oh, thank you so much. Or some of them might be really shocked and be like, won't know what to say. Literally, cat got their tongue. So, and then be like, oh, no problem. I was just thinking about you and I thought that you would really, enjoy that. And then, now we're going to this very expensive restaurant. And I know I have him when he says, get whatever you want. Get whatever you want. That's when I start to go to the back of the menu. Where they don't have the prices. that's when I'm like, what do I feel like tonight? It ain't chicken. It ain't chicken parm or chicken Alfredo. Yeah? None of that. So then obviously we have a very nice time at dinner time. And then after dinner, he's still very appreciative. He's driving me back home. For date 3, you make out a little bit in the car, but you don't make out as much as you made out on date 2. Because you've already given the gift. He's already gooped and gagged. Honey, it's Christmas for him. Okay? Someone said, do you let him order for you? Depends on the personality. So because now we don't even want him to think that he has a chance of getting it in. So let's say that you were making out for like 15 or 20 minutes on date 2. For date 3, it's like a 5-minute makeout. Because you want him thinking about the gift and less about the... Yeah? So now that you've given him that gift on date 3, then that's when I knew that I had him. My best friend and I say, that's the moment that I knew. That's when I knew. And then after that, date 4, if I know he's going to probably propose to me if on date 4 he brings me a gift. That was my stilo. If I didn't receive a gift in return, Simona said, tap that screen, y'all. If I didn't get a gift on date 4, I knew that this man was not going to propose to me later on. So that would be my last date with him. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to share. That's all I'm going to share right now. But I want y'all to know, you can work these men. They're all the same. They're all sinful. Yeah. Someone said, you were the villain. Girl, I did what I needed to do. All right, y'all. I hope you're not judging me because a girl had to do what a girl had to do. But why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because in your dating life, you will have to come with strategy. You will have to have a framework in terms of how you are going to date. And if you need help with that, you can always book a call with me. But it is more important than at any other time in dating. Not just because culture has changed, gender norms, dynamics, roles have changed, but with this new administration, your boundaries will need to be tougher, stronger, stricter, harder, and we will need to tap into that dark feminine energy a little bit more. Okay? If you want to learn more about how to do this, definitely book a call to work with me, and I bring you peace, but I also want you to know that you are every woman, and you gotta be every woman in your dating life. All right, bye now. Hey girl, thank you so much for listening to the Get Your Guy Coaching podcast. If you like this episode and want to talk with me personally, please book a free consultation at www.getyourguycoaching.com/apply or subscribe and leave me a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Talk soon.